So Sam, you in here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yep, got a couple cool cars in here. Oh, a lot of projects is what I got going on. Trying to get this old 440 running.
440, huh?
69 block. Probably the same thing that's in this old Challenger here. Really like that old school power, huh? Carbureted. Consider doing some resto modding. Is that your pink? Nice Hemi in it with a good manual transmission behind it and make it a real turnkey, dependable car. You know what? Truthfully, I had kind of considered it. Getting rid of this old school muscle, putting some new school in it, but I just don't think I could find a car that I could just use as a complete donor. All right, now both of you listen here. You don't take a modern day Mopar and put it in a classic Mopar. That's just against some forms of religion. So both of you, listen to me right now. Don't do it. What? Junior, be quiet. Grown-ups are speaking. Sam, what's your thoughts? Well, Junior, I'm kind of siding with Sally. I like his idea, putting a modern day Hemi in there. Because somebody said I couldn't do it, I'm gonna go do it. Yep. Bad decision. Let's go. Idiot.
Turn up the headphones a little bit. Hey. ISO. Let's get it. Whoa. Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill.
So the story is, there's a police impound, and they stored it in their yard, and the guy never came and collected it, so they filed the paperwork on it, tow company, they're gonna sell it, so they called me. Yay.
I don't know. It's weird right there.
This is a scam shaker.
That's
what that is.
Give me another $1,500 option.
It looks like it might be, draws it in and then it circulates it back. And then it also picks it up and down there too. Sounds good.
It's a push button.
Push it, and it's got the, where's the other part of it?
That's what we got.
Oh shit. Yeah. You got the one part where you put this thing.
You
don't do anything
push
with
start.
it. Oh shit, just straight push start.
Make sure it's in neutral. I think I have. Yeah. It's in neutral.
Look at my-
You can pull that off. There you go.
That can't be factory, huh? Oh.
Even gives you the 0 to 60 launch.
This thing's still trunk didn't open it.
No.
What's the shift pattern? Where's reverse?
Left and up. Or sorry, right and up.
Yeah. Watch yourself.
Come here, dogs. Food. Thanks for bringing another toy home.
Just got to pop this little dent out right here, but I think the quarter's all good.
Heck yeah. Yeah, just the freaking hatch, just fucking the other way and good.
Probably so.
Alright guys, now that Sally and Junior are done arguing, let's go ahead and discuss possibly taking this new car I bought, sight unseen, and taking the running drivetrain, transmission, the works, and resto modding it into my 1970 Dodge Charger. That would be pretty awesome. How I got this car from the Vbeltandson channel, subscriber, username Cash5150, reached out to me, says he owns an impound yard, and he has a perfect car that's been in a wreck that I could use for a donor to resto mod that Charger. Says he's got a 2014 Dodge Challenger, 5.7 Hemi. It's been in a wreck because the police bumped into it. Pit maneuver, maybe, unknown. But as a police impound to his yard, he picked it up, towed it, dropped it off, did a lien sale on it. And then he says it's got a 6-speed manual transmission on it. So I said, yeah, let's do that. I like that. Sent me a few photos. Things sitting out in the field. Looked all rusty. Wouldn't put a, pressure wash to it right now. So, we'll get to the back here in a second. But I got, the shaker. The older cars, you got a flat hood, you got a rally hood, or you got a shaker. If you got the shaker option from factory, those are pretty, you check the right boxes on your car. Modern day shaker, I'm not so familiar with. I've always wanted one of these cars, but with the shaker, I didn't know they were making those again. Hadn't paid attention. Hadn't seen too many of them around, so I thought I'd start doing some digging. It just says Challenger and shaker everywhere on the car. Look inside of this thing. By the way, it cleaned up pretty dang good with a little pressure wash. It's got heated leather seats. It's got a bunch of junk in the toolbox, and tools. Let's see what else is in there and see if we can learn a little bit more about this car. Okay. It says shaker with a 4-digit number right there on the dash. I'm like, let's dive through the glove box because there's nothing in the trunk. It's destroyed. We got an empty owner's manual box. What's this? What do we got here? That's a stack of speeding tickets right there. That's a good start. We know this car had fun. Or at least the driver did. This thing has 56,000 original miles on it. It's part of the owner's manual. Tire receipt, burnouts. Tire receipt, burnouts. Tire receipt, burnout. Sure, I don't even know what that is. If I find a window sticker, I'm going to be very thrilled. There's some recalls. Okay. That might help us later on, I don't know. The lien sale paperwork doesn't say really any information. What is this? This is the receipt of purchase on this automobile, 2014. This car, is that right? $64,000? Okay, that's neat. You'll never find this kind of paperwork unless somebody just stashed it in the glove box. More tire stuff, burnout. Here's more of the original paperwork. That big old stack that you get from the dealer that you sign your name on 70,000 times. That's it. There's more of it too. Not too many burnout. Oh, here it is right here. This is this window sticker. Come on, this get 31 bucks. That is the cheapest receipt I've seen so far in this car. Don't know what that's for, but it's a receipt. It's history on the automobile, and then that's pretty much it. So let me go ahead and shed the light on you guys for the modern day Hemi shaker. It's still got the 5.7, which is the smaller Hemi. Still cool. But 2014, from what I've read, they brought the Hemi shaker back into production. They offered 2,000 of them, and when they put it up for offer, or however that works, 2,000 slots were available, 3 days. Those 2,000 slots were filled. Like, those orders were already sold. That's one of those 2,000. So I started running the numbers because back in the day, black, if you got a black car, black Mopar, that was pretty cool. There wasn't too many black cars, but the black now is more favored. Don't know why. Tides changed. But to have the 6-speed manual in it, black hardtop, it comes down to 1 of 64 cars. After seeing those numbers and realizing that this is kind of a limited production car, I think we got to restore this thing to get it roadworthy again.
Here's a little bit of a side note. This car has definitely had a hard life. There's been some weird stuff on the hood. It's been keyed. And, you know, here's a brochure that my buddy David out in Winnemucca gave me. I opened it, probably the first one to ever do that, for a 2014 Dodge Challenger. And in this, they do not offer a Hemi shaker at all in it. I mean, they have all kinds of them. But here's a 2015 one that they offer the shaker up there. It gives all those options for it. And like I said earlier, it does say Challenger all over it, but it does not say RT. It is still an RT car. I need the original shifter knob, though. This one I got now kind of sucks. They did offer it with the 6.4. Big dog. That'd been nice. 6.2, 6.4, 7.3. I don't think any of those were numbers that mattered, but let's go ahead and restore this thing. Let's take a look at the bumper. Got her off, and there is actually bumper cover, bumper back here, and it did a little bit right there where I kind of expected it. Push the bumper in just a touch right here, but it's not hitting the frame or nothing like that, so the car drove straight and perfect. I'm gonna put a ratchet strap around this thing, pull it against the truck, pull that back, and fix a couple of those little dent things. This bumper is all cracked up. It is getting replaced. Same thing with the lid. A little bump right there. I'm going to get the suction cup on that and pop her out. But I cannot wait for the new parts to be here, because I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing underneath here as far as the damage report. So let's see if we can get this thing popped out. Fixing that old bumper, and I just bought one, 135 bucks, eBay special. Been at this for about an hour with the hammer dolly set up, maybe a little bit more. Got this shelf looking pretty dang good. From what it was, it's not bad. This frame rail right here is perfectly intact, except for it pulled the studs, like this rear assembly. It pulled it, broke it off there, so I'm gonna just re-weld that. Then I'll have something to work with going across, because this one just got tweaked just a little bit. Get that one straightened out. Should be good to go. I'll knock a couple more of these little dents out. There is a big blanket and stuff that goes all over that, but I want to make sure it's, you know, structural and all that. And the piece, where did it go? That guy there, I just went ahead and cut that out, flattened it out, and I'm gonna have to re-manipulate that to have this lower arch, because I messed up. I should have just cut it straight across, but over here, got ahead of myself. So I'll just have to hammer and dolly my angle on it, and we should be fine. I think it looks pretty freaking good. Okay, so I just went ahead and bought a new trunk lid. Came in the black that it should be already. It's got a spoiler and a new taillight all in one. Kind of bummed about the shipping. Kind of rubbed a little bit right there. But it's in better shape than the other one. I'm hoping that this one fits nice. Oh, look at it. Woo! Damn, that looks so much better. I just got to adjust the latch. But yeah, so apparently they're all the same. They put the box on the roof. I'm gonna have to buff that out, but that's not the end of the world. I'm talking about the box of hardware. It came with new stuff, and I think this is actually the wrong spoiler. Might be. It's not as aggressive, but look at that. Tail lights match up nice. Just got to fix the latch because it is not adjusted. The other one, since it was tweaked, I had to slide this thing down a little bit. So, oh man, that is nice. The fact that it, oh man, that is I was really worried that, because I tried straightening that one out. It was getting straighter. Probably could have made it happen, but I was spending a lot of time on it. That, even being used, wasn't really cheap. And it took me, you know, it had been a lot of time wasted. But now all I got to do is I'm waiting on that piece that's right there. Ordered that, 150 bucks. And I got my new bumper. Got to paint it, throw it on there, and we're all good to go. The back is obviously straight because the new trunk lid matches. So, oh, what a sight though. Look at that. That was going to be in that. But saving this car is so much more worth it. Oh man. I love that photo right there. Evil. This is the piece that's going to make it look all so pretty. You open up the trunk, cover up the mess, goes in there behind it. Just wow. Well, there she is, all cleaned up. Just gave her a quick little scrub brush action. The trunk, everything, it looks very close. There's a little bit more shine in the trunk hood than the car has, but we'll see if the new bumper we painted 2 days ago, it's got a little bit of dust on it right here, but I mean, it fared pretty good. We'll see how this plays. Slap her on there, and I just kept the old crumple thing, just cut out the bad spots. I mean, it's not really structural or anything, so we're all good to go with that. Slap her on there. I got to put my sensors in this thing first, and then good. But check this out. You ready for this? Watch this. This is what I'm stoked about. It all works. Gotta vacuum that out in there, a little dusty. And these things even saved out from the last one, so I just bopped them out. Maybe I can get them in there with one hand. Boom. Clip right in there. I had to replace one of the sensors, but here's what it is. It's almost time. These little tabs clip in my new piece.
Turn up the headphones a little bit. Hey. ISO. Let's get it. Whoa. Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trying to top it. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on bombers. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost the stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Sending emojis. I'm blowing a pack of that OG. Don't be acting like you know me. And if you did, that's the old me.
This has got to be one of my best purchases of 2021. You guys are going to be seeing it now for the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. But let's take a look how this all turned out. I tried to find a hood that went for a shaker, because I've seen a couple shakers newer that were in the wrecking yards and still had a trunk lid on it, but people had got those before I did. So I'm missing those striped decals. I wasn't going to recreate those because they're a little bit faded. They wouldn't match. But we still got this little scuff right here. I'm going to let that ride. It's not hurting anything. Suction cup, pop that out, no problem. Tried my hand at, bending some metal underneath there, because that stuff is back ordered for months. So
Glad I got a little experience beating on my own car doing that kind of thing. Got a new bumper. Saw that. Only run we got was right there, which is a bummer. But for what this car was to what it is now, not worried. Trunk works perfect. Doesn't leak a drop. Everything held together perfectly in here. Very happy with how this old car turned out. Had one of my buddies come down and put the shine on it for honestly, about 12 hours. Buffing on this thing. Turned out great. There's a couple keys and stuff in it like that, but stay tuned for the next episode because we decided to go ahead and save this car. There's a couple of things that are key ingredients on this thing having a proper life later on that won't really affect anything, but we got to get it to pass inspection. Get it smogged. Got a couple recalls I got to get knocked out, so it's got to go back to the dealer. And then, once all that's said and done, like I told you, it wasn't a police chase, and it was impounded, lien sale on it. I don't know what any of that does to the title status, but I'm really hoping this thing comes back as a clean title. One thing the paperwork does say on the lien sale is there is going to be some heavy back fees. Let's see if I can get rid of those. If not, we hope that it's worth it. So tune in next time. We'll see if this old girl still has a clean title, because that will really help the value of this car, for my personal opinion. And at this point in time, just test driving on it and, you know, going around town, this is probably the most fun car I've bought. And that one over there's got like way more horsepower. But we'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate it if you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. I think it's pretty neat to be able to save cars like this, because this would be the definition of we are ready to pull it apart. And just did a little bit of research and just decided a little bit of elbow grease, couple dollars spent, and this thing will be, you know, good to go. Car sold for $64,000 according to the paperwork back in 2014. I paid less than what the sales tax was on that, and I am the second owner of this car now. I think that's a cool story on its own. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later on.